Welcome back. This is Daryl D, and today I attended the 2025 Scottsdale Comic Book Show, aka Man Con, right here in Arizona, Scottsdale to be exact. And I love this con. I've said that more than once because it's just books there, and I picked up a lot of stuff, a lot more than I thought I was gonna pick up. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get a whole lot that was on my list. Maybe maybe two books I got from my actual list, and the rest just found some cool stuff to bring home. We're gonna get into it and maybe talk about some of the dealers there if I can remember any of them. But first, let's take a look at some of the highlights of this year's Old Man Con. Be right back.
I don't have a shop, but you can get me on whatnot.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't have a shop. Yeah, old school still. You know, the old people. What's your name, brother? Zach. Artie, nice to meet you, brother. Have a safe trip home, all right? Thanks, man. I can get more stuff and take over your spot. That'd be different. Help give them cause. Did you get my good side though? Oh, hello. That's my check.
Where did that end up going after the fire?
What's up? 260? You? Sure. Around, I have a clear back door so you can check it out.
I will probably say If they were in CGC, I'd pay your asking price. But I'm sure you heard it.
Well, that depends on if you like CGC stuff. Some people don't bother with that. I didn't see that. That's covers, odd grading. Here,
Yeah, you know, it's I think it's the first time they're doing a show.
He's the second person to do that today with the phone. I've never seen it before.
Set on the Dick Tracy trading version combo. If you want both books, it's $30. You get the trade, get the Virgin on the Dick Tracy. Yeah. And then you can add signatures and you can add remarks to all the purchases. And if you guys want to buy one of TW's books, the father books, he said I could sell them for $12. And it's
Hello, how you doing?
We don't do California.
We'll have the brother. I'll have my brother. We've already got a plan. We've already been in jail now multiple times.
Oh, okay.
maybe Uncle Jan will let you sit right here. Can you sit right here? Yeah, sit in my chair. Oh, you gotta sit to me. I did a little doodle on the inside one page.
What the fuck? I might have to steal that, but I won't steal what you were thinking of doing. No, I won't do Batman Max or Conan. Yeah, I like that concept. Final one, yes. And then I'll have to check a few pages at this point.
Oh, thank you.
Boy, you signed it. So I wanted to ask you about this is a good storyboards for M. Ray. Yeah. Ray. Big Ray Bobby Short.
We open it up, same thing. Sometimes I do that. I didn't really get it from the no, I actually don't tell people what it is. Otherwise, I mean, it's complete, no issues. And some people, they got their thing, they don't like hair, they don't order, they don't whatever.
I mean, this guy over here, he's got like tons of 9/8. Like 2 for second. With that and stuff,
That's really well done.
You don't want to like give them like $50.
It's kind of what we planned out next year.
Was that crazy?
I have a 92, which is probably going to be around.
2001.
I really love the security. So, 2600 is the whole thing. I want to take a photo of it. You have to only sell it. But the thing is, it's amazing. It should be that other one.
really different.
Are you super positive?
Okay, I'm back. So we're gonna look at some books in no particular order. This first one I want to show you is actually the very last book that I picked up today. It's from a local guy. Let's see, Latique Curry and Eric Williamson. I'm not even sure which one I met. There was only one guy at this table. This is a book called Edge Cases, and I guess it's a one-off book. And this brother was drawing art and making sketches, and he was selling a lot of the blank covers on comic books where he had done original art on there. He was selling a lot of that kind of stuff, and of course he was selling his own book. And he said this was a teaser for this book, so I'm not sure if this is going to be a graphic novel or what, because it's got the the thickness of a regular comic book. So I'm not sure, but I was glad to pick this piece up. And I had kind of done my rounds when I first went in there, and which is usually what I do, kind of walk around and see what's going on. And then I had completely forgot about this guy, and I was just getting ready to leave the con, and I looked over and I saw him. I was like, oh shoot, because I wanted to check out his stuff a little closer. Well, everybody's for that matter. So I picked this up, and I'm hoping it's going to be a very good read. Well, we'll see. So there was this one seller, and I had bought a comic book from him. It was the first book I bought today, which I'm going to get to because I went to him twice. I went to him and I asked about this one book. He had it. I bought it, and then I left, and then I came to him way later in the day, and I picked up a few more books. So let me show you the books I picked up afterwards. This was, I have this already, but I have a problem just leaving behind Richard Corbin stuff, even if I have it. But if it's like cheap, I'll still pick it up and then pass it along. This is one of those books. It's a Hunt of Horror, #1 out of a 3-issue run. And I've never seen this out in a while before, like ever. So I thought that was pretty cool to run across this copy. It has an $8 price tag on it, but he actually sold this to me, I think, for half price. And I also bought, how many copies are in here? I don't know what this is, but AWA Rumpus Room, issue 1 and 2 for $1. So I said, why not? Why not pick that up, right? And then I had a few King Kong Great Wars that was off of my list that I wanted. This is number 5. There's number 6. And then here's number 3. So those were all between $4 and $5 a piece. I think he gave me all 3 of those for $7. So great deal. Knocked a few of those off of my list, which was cool. Moving on to another seller that was right across from him. And all these sellers are, you saw them in the intro, but this I've never seen before. From Rock Rhythm Rap Comics, this is the first issue. It's the Booyah Tribe coming at ya. Now, for those who don't know, the Booyah Tribe is a rap group out of Los Angeles. I do believe they are Samoan. There's some really big dudes in that group. And I remember back in the 90s seeing them perform on Arsenio Hall. They had a song called Raid, which was pretty cool. So this book, I've never seen this book before. And you guys know I love my my rap comics, when they are reasonably priced, of course. So that was cool. It's got a $10 cover. The guy gave it to me for $5. Now this was the vendor in the video. I showed a sign where it says every hour of the con, everything he's selling, except his wall books, will go down 10%. So by the time I was ready to leave, I went over there and they were at 30% off. By the end of the show, everything will be 50% off. So, but I wasn't gonna wait around that long. So wow, a Booyah Tribe rap comic that I've never seen before was pretty cool. So all of these other books that I'm going to show you, I got from him. Not all of them, but this next whole set all came from him, and they were all 30% off of the cover price. And most of these cover prices are like $2, $3, maybe some $4 books. So I got some cool stuff. This one was really cool. This is called Original Man, the saga of the Original Man. That's I dig that. You will see that in another video. And I picked up a Golden Legacy comic book from here. The Black Inventors, Latimer and Woods. Great book. Yeah, you'd be surprised at how many of the inventions we use every single day were created by black people, including the light bulb. No, that wasn't who you thought it was. Do your research. But that's a cool book. You'll probably see that in another video. And then this is 3, 2. I've never seen this before. This looked interesting. This is a book, Black Bull Garden of Eden. It's called Just a Pilgrim, and that's issue number 1, issue number 2, and then issue number 3. So I'm gonna check that out. These were all $3 a piece, plus 70 or 30% off. Another book I got from them, I've never seen this before. This is issue number 1 of Dog Soup. That's got that whole underground comic look to it, but I'm not sure what's in there. A lot of these books I'm going to be giving away, because a lot of these books I either have or I think somebody else would enjoy more, and we'll get into more into that in a minute. I also found from that same seller a Clerk's book, The Lost Scene, there, and that's everything that I got from that particular seller, which was pretty cool. Definitely had the right price. So there was some sellers from California. Well, there were a lot of sellers in there from California. Most was California and Arizona. These guys had a lot of books, and I'm not sure if I found any regular stuff, but they had a lot. Not a lot. They had one short box of all underground comics. Most of them were reasonably priced. And they were half off. So half off. So let's get into some of those. I got some cool stuff. Some stuff I have already that I'm going to pass along. And then some stuff I didn't have, like this this crumb cover Dirty Laundry comics. That's got a $6 price on it. I got it for half of that. I have another issue number 3 of Twist Tales with the Corbin cover on there. I think that was also, yeah, $6 on the cover, so half of that. This is Hup number 2. Some more crumb there. Here's a Snarf with number 12 with the Corbin cover. Here's a Snarf number. I think the issue number is covered with the price tag. This Snarf was $3. That one is $2. Here's Snarf number, I think, 13, I think this is. $2. All these were 50% off. This one is, I think, number 8. Number 8 of Snarf. Here is number 26 of Hate for $3 price tag, so $1.50 on there. Here's one, this is from the Hate Group 2, it's called the Bradleys, number 5. Here's the Wiggly Reader for $5. I'm not sure what issue number that is. Now this is a book, I just picked this up, I thought it would be cool. I kind of got some ideas for this book, but a New York Times notable book, Shortcomings. I'm not sure what that's about. $4 on the cover. So, $2 book, thick book. Here is, this looks crazy. Melissa Moore, Bodyguard. I don't see an issue number. Oh, number 2. With a $2 price tag on it. So $1 for that. 00 number, I don't know. Doesn't have an issue number on there. That's got a $2 price tag on it. This one, man, I spent so much time looking for this book. And then I find it here. I mean, I found it a long time ago and I bought it. But I saw it here. Same seller. In the Underground Books. Anomaly. I think this is number 1. And it's got a $15 price tag on it. So $7.50. It's the cheapest one I've seen yet. I have it. But I had to take that with me. The cover is super awesome. I had to take it with me. Here we have number 2 of LA Comics. I must have saw 3-4 of these at that show. Wasn't ever planning on buying it, but for $2.50, come on, that's a no-brainer. This is something called Leather and Lace, number 9. I'm sure that I'll be passing that along. Snarf number 6. That's got a $3 cover, so only paid $1.50 for that. Time Twisted Tales from Ripoff. I'm not sure of the actual issue number on that. And then this was one I was interested in seeing. This is number 1 of Freaks. That originally had $5 on it, so $2.50. But yeah, all of this came from, you know, some sellers out of LA, and they had they were the only ones that had like these big black gates kind of surrounding them with the sign way up in the air, and they were the only ones playing music too. They were playing a lot of good stuff. Let's set these aside for a minute. Okay, so is this? No, that was from. Who did I get these from? Yes. Oh, okay, I remember now. 1, 2, 3. So there was this one seller. I want to say Palladium Comics. I hope I'm saying that right. This guy, we were chatting on Whatnot like 3 nights ago, 2-3 nights ago, and I told him I was looking for. I should just find that other book. Okay. Let me start over. Back to the first book I bought when I first got in there. It was from the same guy that I got the Haunt of Horrors from the one I went to, and then I went back. Well, the first book I bought from him was Kingdom Come #4. So that's the last one from that 4-issue series that I was missing. So he's got $15 on there, and I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna look around, and if I don't find one cheaper, I'll come back and I'll get this one. And he was like, well, you know what, I'll sell it for $10. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll take it for $10. That's sort of like the average price of it. So that was cool that I finished that run. But then later on in the day, maybe like an hour later, now we go back to, I hope I'm saying Palladium right. I got his card around here somewhere. Anyway, he's a local guy. And we got to chatting back and forth on whatnot. And I was asking him then, do you have Kingdom Come? I'm looking for #4, but he pulled out The Kingdom. And I think it was issue 1 and 4. Or he had 2 issues of it. And then I was like, oh, that wasn't, I was talking about Kingdom Come. Because I told him, hey, just bring them to the show. Because he was going to sell both of them for $5. $5 for the 2 of them. So I was like, I'll just get them there. So anyway, I get there, and his little area is busy, people shopping and whatnot. So I started looking through stuff because I didn't want the Kingdom because I already had them. But I wanted to buy something just in place of what I was going to buy. So I was looking for something to buy. And lo and behold, he had Kingdom Come #4, the one I was looking for. So, but the thing about this 4 is he also had, and I'm not sure what numbers these are, but he had the other 2. So he had 3 of the 4 books. And all of these have $9 tags on it. But all of everything he was selling over $8, he was selling for 50% off. So I got these 3. I was like, whatever. You know what I mean? I'll give the guy more than I was originally going to give him. I'll find the 4th copy for this set at some point, and then maybe I'll sell that set, or maybe I'll pass it along. But we were cool. We got to chopping it up. We're gonna do some more business in the future. I think so. But wow, that was cool to find that. Off to another set. Oh, is this the same? Yes, I think this is. Who did I get this from? This was some random seller. I can't remember who it was, but I collect the Harlem Globetrotters, and I believe this is issue #7. It was $3. It seems like the only place I find Globetrotters or I find Fat Albert is at Comic Cons. I never see them, I hardly ever see them in comic shops. And the rare times that I do, they're issues I have already. And people seem to charge quite a bit of money for them, especially the Fat Albert ones. I picked up some other Fat Albert ones at the same show in the past, but I was able to pick that up for $3. That was cool. Now, if we go back to the 50% off, no, not the 50% off, the 30% off vendor, because I bought from him twice. And this was what I picked up the first time I was there, because the other stuff it was my second trip over there. So this is Skull Comics #4. It's got a $2 price on there. At the time that I picked these up, it was just 10% off, I believe, at that time. I have this already, but had to pick it up again. This is the 9 Rings of Wu-Tang. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or maybe put it in my rap comics. I probably will pass it along. only because they're more so using the name and symbol opposed to the actual characters. But I'll probably pass that along. Another one I picked up that's got a $3 cover on there, a $3 tag price tag. Ho Chi Anderson, Wise Son. I've never seen this before, and this is a DC milestone book. I just really dug that cover, so I said, yeah, let me pick that up. I think they wanted $3 for that, so 10% off of that. Here's another Corbin book that I'm definitely going to pass this along. This is the most I've ever seen this sell for because it's a cheap book. But this is Ray Bradbury Comics, #1. It does feature a Corbin story. I will be passing that along. I've never seen this book. I'm not sure if this is an underground book or not. It just says Messiah, and I'm not sure of the issue number. Has anybody ever seen that book? All right, next up, off to another vendor. I picked up issue number 16 of Marvel or Jungle Action. This has a $4 price tag, but I do believe this was 50% off. No, was it 50% off? Maybe not. $4 I think I paid for that. And what did I pay for these? I think these were $2. Yeah, I paid $2. Found a few more Harlem Globetrotters. For some reason, they never put the issue numbers on here. So whatever issue that is. And then we got that one right there. So I know those were $2 a piece. All right. Now, I'm going to show you some magazines, comic magazines I picked up. I got some cool heavy metal stuff. I am not sure what's in these. I'm pretty positive that none of these feature Corbin. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm probably 90% sure. But these were all really reasonable as far as finding heavy metal books. So this is Heavy Metal, July of 1984. That's a $3 magazine. This one is the fall of 1986. And that's $4 I paid. This one is winter of 1988. This is number 114, it says. I don't know what that means. But I paid $3 for that book. Let's see. Oh, that was a different seller. So this one is November of 1983. That I only paid $2 for. And here's one, February 1980. This one apparently has a detached cover, but I paid $3 for that book. Pretty cool, huh? Those are good prices, huh? I'm going to read these and I'll probably pass them on. So the last 2 magazines I bought was from a different seller. And this seller was Collector's Marketplace. I think I'm saying that right. These guys, last year, I bought a whole bunch of heavy metal from them. Not a whole bunch, but a nice handful or so. And I think they were $1 a piece. $1 or $2 a piece. And the guy just wanted them out. He was like, just make me any kind of offer, whatever. You know, I think he told me $2 a piece, and I took all of them. So this next vendor was formerly Atomic Comics. There were two. There was the guy who formerly owned it, and then a former partner of his were both there selling separately. So I found these in his magazine box. This is November. This is a heavy metal, November of 2011. That was $3 for that. And then I saw this crazy magazine with Kiss on it. And I thought that was pretty cool. There's a specific reason. I mean, I bought it because I did Kiss in comic books, the early stuff. But there's another reason why I bought this, and I'll be making a video for that sometime in the future. But there's another reason why I had to pick that up. It's got a $12 cover, but the guy gave it to me for $10. And that's it. That's what I found at the 2025 Man Con Scottsdale Comic Show. They do these twice a year, and I think the next one's coming up in April, I believe. So hopefully I'll get to go to that one and make another video. Get some more scenes of some really cool comics and really cool comic sellers. I saw so many. I saw 2 Hulk #1s at that show today. I saw, I don't know how many giant size X-Men. I don't know how many Hulk 181s. There was one guy who had an Amazing Fantasy number 15. I think he was selling it for 11 grand, 11 something. And I just gotta mention, I was in Champion Comics yesterday, and Phil had on the wall, it was graded, but it was a signed copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1 signed by Stan Lee. Yeah, he had that in there. Yeah, must be nice. I think he wanted like, what did he want, like 14 grand or something like that. Must be nice. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. And this is Daryl D. Big shout out and a lot of love to all of the people. I couldn't believe how many people approached me at the show, seeing that they're familiar with this channel. A few people told me they were subscribers. That was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that people dig these comic videos that I'm making. So I'm going to keep making them. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. Talk to you soon. This is Daryl D. I'm out. Peace.